Hey y'all, it's Jordan or JorWish and welcome to or back to my channel. In today's video, as you can tell by the title, I'm just going to be going on a Zoom call with one of my friends, Taryn, who took the LSAT in July. So without further ado, let's get started. Actually, wait, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, let's get started. Hi guys, my name is Taryn Wilkins. I'm a rising senior political science major from Jackson, New Jersey, and I go to Howard University. Thank you so much, Taryn, for joining us for this video. Before we get into the flex, I just want to know, like, how did you study for it? Yeah, sure. So, well, before like COVID and everything, I was supposed to be going to an in-person class with strategy prep. And so they use the software called LSAT Demon. And so I found it really helpful. So obviously the class was supposed to start March 28th, but we left school like I think 2 weeks before then. So I was just studying with classes like on Zoom and things like that. I didn't really want to self-study. I know myself, and I knew that I needed to kind of be on like a set schedule, and it ended up working out just because like most of the time I was studying, we were like, in quarantine. So I would say I studied from like end of March until, when I took it July 13th. I would say I did anywhere from like 2.5 to 3 hours a day. And then every Saturday I took a full length practice test. Okay, yeah, that's a good schedule. You really like grinded it out. That's good. Yeah, I don't want to take it more than once. I didn't want to, so. Yeah, I felt the same way. I just wanted it done. So how did you feel about it when you found out that it was going to be online? I think I was excited because I don't know. Testing centers like creep me out. Like I remember taking my SAT and I was so freaked out and like nervous about like driving up to my school to take the test and things like that. And even for that, like I didn't want to sit for it more than once. And so I was like, well, it's not going to be that bad. I don't have to worry about like other people making noises and things like that. And then when I started like studying more, I was more comfortable taking it where I was studying, if that makes sense. Because like obviously if you're comfortable in the environment, like you're going to be more comfortable taking the test. So it was fine. I was a little bit worried about like the technology issues and things like that, but like leading up to it, I was just like, okay, cool, this will be fine. Like I don't have to take it anywhere else. I can just take it in the comfort of my home. That's a good perspective. And yeah, because when I went to the testing center, like people in there, they're just sizing you up, like asking you all these random questions, like, right, what did you do or where did you go? So that's good. That's a good way to put it. Like you're in like the peace of your own home. Okay, so here's like the main question is like, can you give an overview of like your whole day, like starting from like that morning, and just kind of talk about how the whole procedure went? So I think I woke up like really early at like 8:30. I don't know. It was a Sunday. So I took it, I think the Sunday the 12th. I think that was the day that I took it. And I think it was supposed to start at 11:40. But like I woke up and I just tried to like, because my instructor was like, just like, don't do anything to like psych yourself out, just like relax, like whatever. So, I did that. Like, I think I like worked out and I ate, and then I was kind of just sitting there for like an hour. And like my roommate was kind of like laughing at me because she was like, Taryn, what's wrong with you? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I just want the test to start. I think I played like a logic game, like in the very early part of the day, just to like get my like mind going, I guess. And then at like 11:30, I think I was able to log into ProctorU. And then it was really weird because my camera turned on and then they asked for permission for like my screen. And so I'm watching her, like I give her permission and I'm watching her like mess with my mouse and things like that. And she's turning on Do Not Disturb on my laptop. She's closing out like Safari and everything. Oh, because you have to do ProctorU like on Google Chrome. And I don't really use Google Chrome. So like I had Safari up, I guess. And so she exited that out. And then she let me have control back of my computer. And then I had to show her behind my ears, my forearms. I had to do 2 360s around my kitchen. So I'm literally like holding my laptop and just like turning it like that. Mm-hmm. And then I had to do underneath the table that I was sitting at, show her the table. And then I had to like take my phone camera and like turn my camera on so she could see, like, if that makes sense. So it was like this. So she could see like behind your laptop? Yeah, it was a lot. And then I finally take the test or whatever. She tells me I could just start. I have been taking my LSAT-Flexes with 3 sections and then a 4th experimental. And I thought that that's how, I guess that's not how it was supposed to go. And so when I had finished the 3 sections, it was like, you're done. And I was like, what? Like I was kind of waiting for like my 15-minute break or whatever, but it was fine. I think it was better off
that way anyways. It kind of, I don't know, it kind of surprised me for a bit, but this is when like it really like went wrong. Is I went back to the chat box to tell her I was done, because that's what the screen prompted me to do. And she said, the last message she sent me, it was like right when I took the test, it said, you can take the 3 sections when you're done. Before you click like submit, you have to come back to the proctor and tell me you're done, or else your scores will get invalidated. So I'm like, okay, cool. I read that. But then at the bottom, there's like a wheel turning and it says, Catherine transferred you to another technician. That's at 12:20. The timestamp said 12:20. It's like 1:30. I'm done with the test. So I'm like, where's my new proctor?
You have to go to, like, does that affect your time though? Like the time for you to like go?
Because I had finished it. So when I finished the test, like it was done, but I guess she left the proctor thing and she was supposed to transfer me to a new proctor, and it just didn't happen. And so I'm sitting there done with the test and I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Because my camera's still on, it's still recording my session, because the whole time I'm taking the test, they're recording you. And so my camera's still on and I'm like, well, I'm done with the test. I can't see the answers anymore. So I'm just staring at the screen where it tells me that the proctor has to see me like rip up my scrap paper. I'm like going into help boxes and things on ProctorU, and eventually I get reconnected to someone and they're just like, okay, can you just show me that you're gonna, rip up your scrap paper? And it was from like the logic game. So I did that and I was like, is it okay? Like, are my scores okay? Like it said it was going to get invalidated, and I'm like crying. And she's like, no, it's fine. And I'm like, okay, cool. And then we exit out and I'm good to go. And then I close my laptop and that was it. So that whole situation threw me off more than taking the actual test did, because I was like, never did I just sit here and my proctor left. You know what I mean? But I think that that's why they record the whole session. So that just in case things like that happen, they can make sure like, you're not doing anything you're not supposed to be doing.
That's good. And like, did anything, like, was everyone in your house like really quiet, or did you like have to tell them?
Yeah, my roommate actually ended up leaving for the day, so it was fine.
Okay, that's good. I know you're glad it's over.
I am, very much so.
So what kind of computer did you take it on?
I took it on my MacBook Pro.
Okay.
Yeah. And so like they were really good, because I think like a week before I took it, they sent me like kind of like, here's just some few things to remember, and they let you like test out the system beforehand, and they'll tell you to log into your LSAC account just to make sure that you actually signed up for LSAT-Flex and things like that. So I was able to, like a few days before I took the test, just make sure whatever system they were going to use like was compatible with my laptop. Yeah.
That's good. So, okay, so it's separate. Like it's ProctorU is like one thing, and then you just go in like normal and go, okay, that's cool.
Yeah. The lady, well, when she took control of my laptop, like she went and like copied and pasted some link, and then it took me to another site to take the test.
Oh, so she had the link. Did it look like what you were practicing on?
Almost, yeah. So the LSAT Demon, they do it that way on purpose. So like the time was right at the exact same spot that it was when I've been studying. The highlight features that they had and everything like that, down to the scrolling. I will say that the deciding if you wanted to like cross out answers was a bit tricky, because you could like halfway cross it out and then fully cross it out. It was really weird. Other than that, yeah, it was the same.
How do you feel about it?
I feel good. I just wanted to take it as if I was taking like another practice test, if that makes sense. Like if it was just like on a normal Saturday. So that's kind of like what I thought I was going into it, taking it as, but the nerves kind of got the best of me. So I would say to like anybody who's like studying, just like really just relax and really just try to act like it's like you just taking a regular practice test. But I feel good about it. I wish that I didn't have to like wait this long to get my score back, because it's like killing me a little bit. I still have like a week left. But other than that, I'm just like glad that it's done. And at the end of the day, I know that like I've been studying for a while and I put my all into it.
So like, why did you decide to do the July one and not like the August, or like?
I'm like a planner. And so, well, I'm registered for the August one. I am registered for it just because like, LSAC, they're going to like get their money no matter what. And so like the last day to register for the August 29th one was, I think, July 15th. And so obviously I'm not going to get my scores back from like before then. So I just decided to go ahead and register for it. But I knew that like, I'm kind of like I said, I'm a planner, so I didn't really want to take it in August for the first time, because ideally I want all my applications and everything to be done by like September. And then the other thing is I work really good on a routine and a schedule. And so I had an internship starting in June and ending like right around the time I took the test. So I knew that like if I was working from 9 to 5, I could like schedule my study time either before work or after work, and I would be more like consistent with it.
Yeah, that's good. I think I did the same thing. I registered for the August one because I was just like, if all hell breaks loose in July, I just want to back up.
Yeah.
But you kind of already got into this, but do you have like any tips you want to share with people or anything that you would have done differently before taking it?
Yeah. I think I would have researched more like other courses, just because what I found out after registering for strategy prep, LSAT Demon does their own like thing without strategy prep. So like I could have saved like $800 if I just would have went directly through LSAT Demon and not through strategy prep. But once again, like at that time, I thought I was getting like in-person instruction before COVID happened. So I would just say definitely if you're going to take a course, I think everybody should take a course, but I think that you know yourself best and like your study habits and tendencies. But if you are going to take a course, I think you should really research different prices, because everybody knows this process can be very, very expensive. And so the other thing I would say is you're more likely to schedule if you have it, study if you have it already scheduled in on your day. I think a set time, like every day at the same time, is really going to help you stay on that schedule and really stay motivated to continue studying. And I will also say that it's okay to take it more than once. I know that for me going into it, I was like, I only want to take it one time. And then kind of a few weeks leading up to the test, I kind of wasn't scoring where I thought I wanted to score, I guess. But it was because of that whole idea I had that I only wanted to take it one time. And I think it's okay to take it more than once, especially if you think that you can do better and you can improve. And I think law schools want to see that too. But the last thing is just like everybody's journey is just like their own. And I think that like, you know yourself best, like, how long you need to study, how dedicated you're going to be to studying.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good advice. Okay, well, thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful for you. And if you have any other questions, just be sure to leave them in the comments below. And again, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Jackson, Tyson, Jordan, Game 6.